Okay, so, and so what I was saying was that, you kind of let your needs go at the expense of other people's needs.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be nice, but
Yeah.
you also have to be able to convey your needs.
Right. I
And
agree.
so, would you say that that is a problem for
Yeah.
you? Okay.
I'm always worried about other people and not wanting to bug them, or making sure they're happy with something I committed to. And sometimes I commit to things not because I mean, like, I want to do them, but if I know that I probably shouldn't, sometimes I still do, you know, and then I get like, yeah, and I don't, if I have something that's bothering me, I don't just openly go and like tell somebody that.
Okay, so then the second problem is going to be an inability
Yeah.
to express your own needs.
Or I think too, if I try, sometimes it doesn't come across very well because I'm not really concrete with if I like try and be verbal or state something, people will be like, I'll say something and they're like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
So we're just not gonna do it.
So then I just quit trying.
I see.
Yeah.
Concern for others.
Yeah.
Oops. All right. Well, and I think we'll just start with those two problems.
Okay.
And then we'll move on towards goals.
Will you tell me the first one again?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Sure. It's being able to identify what life situations are most important and prioritize those.
Yep.
So that you're not as stressed because you've got the priority, going. So let's set a goal with that.
Okay.
What would you say? No, goals are a measurable thing. Or no, objectives are measurable. Let's just set the goal and then we'll do the objectives.
So our objective is how to get to the goal, and the goal kind of describes the.
Right. Let's go with the goal first, and then we will do the objective.
Okay.
So I mean, if you need to be able to identify life situations that are most important and prioritize them.
Yeah.
Now I think that maybe that problem is too wide because we can revise it and
Okay.
as we write it down and stuff. Because the goal would be, I think you do know what's more important. I think oftentimes you get it all mixed up in your head and you don't. It's by writing it down.
Mm-hmm.
So the goal could be to consistently write down your
Even if I just did like a journal a couple of times and then I could get out what I'm thinking, then if I saw it, then it might be more clear to myself what should take priority.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So you think that could be one of your objectives to journal,
Okay.
like 3 times a week,
Mm-hmm.
and then so let's go back to the problem. It's being able to identify what life situations are most important
Mm-hmm.
and prioritize. So your goal is going to be, I guess it would have to do with your
It
problem,
would be
but
like
it can't be.
well, first I think like, can I have a couple goals under that? The first, because I would think prioritizing would be a part of that goal, and the other part is I just forgot what I was gonna say.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Identifying which ones are most important and then
so maybe
prioritizing
it's like
them.
almost the first goal could be like identify the situations.
Okay, so goal would be to identify
What situations are causing me stress, maybe, or anxiety.
what situations causing stress. Okay.
And then like the second part of the goal might be like to prioritize the
Okay, I think that we could do that even as an objective.
Yeah.
We could do that as an objective.
Yeah.
To write a list.
Yeah, the list or journal type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, an objective is going to have measurable goals or measurable.
Parts.
Yeah, measurable parts. So let's see. So an objective might be to journal. Write a list.
Mm-hmm.
And of.
I should probably give myself, if it's measurable though,
Weekly.
like, at least like one time per week or
Yeah.
every such and such day, because otherwise I
times a
feel
week.
like I could just push that off so easily.
So we could say even a day, we could say 1 times a week on
Like on the
Sunday,
weekend or something, yeah, like
Okay.
on a Sunday,
on Sunday
just take the time and,
for the up and coming week.
there we go, yeah.
And then, okay, so that's one objective. And, okay, so we've, the goal is to identify what situations are causing stress. And then, an objective is to write a list 1 time a week on Sunday for the up and coming week
Mhm.
of your duties for the week.
Mhm.
Okay. And then, another objective could be to,
Maybe prioritize and put on that list what's most urgent or most
okay,
important.
so identify
Cause I mean, my list could get really long, but
Yeah.
just go through and pick out what.
urgency
Mhm. Like what's urgent, what's not, what's.
and, put those in order of urgency.
Mhm. Or urgency or importance type of,
Yeah.
like, I guess that would be how I would value that, but yeah.
Okay, well, let's see, you said to me, oh, my list could get so long. So how do you feel about putting a limit on your list?
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think is a good limit? I mean, are we talking 5 things or 10 things or 15 things?
10, probably, cause that's
Okay.
like, if I do 10, that's a couple things per day.
Limit list to 10
Mhm.
items a week. So you know that this means you're going to have to look at your list. You can make that first list, it can have 25 things on it, you're gonna have to pick out 10 things.
Yeah.
that
Well,
are
and
most
if I-
important.
If I put it down to 10, that's more, some days I'll be doing more than one item.
Right.
You know, so
Huh.
I guess if I don't accomplish everything on there too, that's fine. At least by prioritizing, I'll be able to pick what I need to do first.
Right.
Yeah. So then if I get to the end and there's something that's not done, maybe I'll be like, oh, I guess it doesn't matter anymore.
Alright, so let's talk about goal 2.
Okay.
And the problem we came up with was that you were not inability to express your own needs
Yeah.
because of concerns for others.
Mhm.
So maybe a goal would be, I could see a goal being that at least, let's give you an objective that says that you're gonna have to get outside that box, you know, that at least once a day
Mhm.
that you say something or do something that makes you uncomfortable in that way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Push my comfort in something. Yeah. Like,
Right, and so, I mean, at least once a day, and
Instead of
I would even go
sneaking
for
in.
2 times a day, but let's start with that. Our goal could be for you to express yourself more frequently
I need to
than you are now.
address things when they come up too, and not hold on to it
Okay,
for a month or if something is bugging me, I don't need to brush it under the rug. I feel like so.
Right. Well, that's part of addressing it.
Mhm.
I mean, it's part of your goal. So your goal is it would be to express your needs at the time
Mhm.
that they come up.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. Express your needs or feelings
Mhm.
when it arises, when the time arises. Okay. So that's your goal. And then you said your objective would be
And like a piece of that too, here's another reason, not like an excuse, but I think maybe a part of it is like when things come up, if I don't address them right away, it's because like going back to I don't want to bug somebody, so if they're busy, so maybe it's something like write it in an email, send them a text, leave them a voicemail type of,
well, that's a really good objective. Even if
because then I'm addressing it and it's still, they'll answer it when they can.
right.
Oh, sorry, that's kind of random.
No, I think that's good. I think that's great. You came up with that, and
Well, yeah.
like you put some thought into it, and I think that's great. So so you're expressing your needs or feelings when it rises.
Mm-hmm.
And so an objective would be to do that within
Mm-hmm.
15 minutes of the time that's happened, whether it's via text, email, or person to person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think sometimes even at work, like I don't, if something, because I'm in an office, so if something pops up, I'll walk over and see if somebody's available. And then it's like, if they're not, then I go sit back down. And then that's another reason I'm just like, I'm not going to address it. And I could really just send them an email. Be like, this, even if they're talking to someone else, be like, this is what I need.
Okay, so we have that email, text,
Mm-hmm.
or in person,
Or like a voicemail too.
or phone, right? Okay, that pretty much covers all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could send smoke signals.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Going back to the agency. Yeah.
Okay, and then you said to me, let me think. You said, well, okay, I tend to put it off, so we addressed that.
Mm-hmm.
And you tend to
Yeah.
get frustrated or stressed out because it doesn't get addressed. And I guess by identifying it and stressing it, and I initially had said let's do that 1 to 2 times a day,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think it's unrealistic to think that you should be able to express yourself
All the time.
all the time. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
And so there's no reason why we shouldn't just go ahead and say, let's do that like 90% of the time,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's times when things come up,
Mm-hmm.
but let's try to do that most of the time,
I was gonna say.
especially with the forms of communication that they have today.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's
I
something.
need.
we
Oh,
could
this is what
definitely-
I was gonna ask. Do you have suggestions for me? Like, I need to find ways to be more concrete because even with my husband, I'll be like, I'll start talking about something and then he gets lost because I'm not specific. So I need to think of a way like
So talk
to
to
be
me.
clear and concise with somebody.
Okay.
And direct. That's what I'm not good at. I'm not good at being direct.
Okay.
I feel like at least.
So we might find that you're expressing your needs, but you're not being concrete or direct with them. So you may not be getting anywhere anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in a way to direct that or to address that
Mm-hmm.
is to be concrete.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to talk about maybe we can get some homework in a way to help you with that.
Yeah.
So let's write it down as an objective.
Mm-hmm.
When expressing yourself.
Yeah, I need to focus on. I need to be aware of if I'm being direct or not.
Right.
Are
Be
people
specific.
Are they gonna understand what I'm asking
Right.
of them?
So let's be specific and concrete.
Yeah.
Okay. Be specific and concrete.
Yeah, I think that would help resolve a lot of issues. People knew what I was talking about.
Well, it probably would help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so really that is, I'm going to take all this information, I'm going to put it together,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to write up a treatment plan for you.
Okay.
And then the next time I see you, we're going to go over it, and I'll have you sign it. And
I think it'll help like address my anxiety and stress too.
yeah, I think so too. So let's just take a few minutes because we are running out of time.
Okay.
But let's take a few minutes and talk about your week. How did it go?
It's been good. I just like today's been really good. I woke up and I was exhausted, which is not surprising because I don't sleep that well. But like the positive was I went to get coffee and the person in front of me bought it. I could pay it forward.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. I love
So
that.
yeah, but then I spilled it all over myself.
It was still free.
Yeah, it was so nice. And then I was gonna pay for the person behind me, but the lady didn't take my card. Well, it's okay. I
Oh,
was handing it off, and I don't think she realized. She was like, "No."
so
So then I just smiled, and I was like, "Okay."
you didn't express yourself.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't. But no, I was really tired because I told you of all these weddings and things, but my friend is having a baby, and
I have a little bit of cough. I'm so
oh,
sorry.
that's okay. So I'm planning her baby shower. So I mean, like I've just been staying up late like one day we live close to each other, so she came over one day and was talking, and then I couldn't prepare stuff for her baby shower with her there because I didn't want her to see it.
See everything, yeah.
Yeah, and so instead of being like, hey, can you leave? I told her, we just hung out, and then, but that was good because I enjoyed seeing her. And then I stayed up really late doing stuff for her baby shower, got in bed, and then I couldn't sleep because my dog was barking. And
So is it the dog that's keeping you awake, or
there's 20.
do you
Yeah,
have
there's a
other-
lot. Well, it was first of all staying up late, and then my husband was snoring, and then I finally started to fall asleep, and then my son came in my room right after I dozed off, and he climbed in my bed and woke me up, and then I fell asleep again, and then he was like rolling just like a lot, and then my dog came in and was barking.
so it isn't that you stay up and think, or your
I mean,
thoughts
I
keep
do.
you awake,
Sometimes they do, yeah.
but you got a lot of other stuff going on, dogs and husbands and
Yeah,
kids
this
and,
week, yes.
yes.
So, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I do stay awake though, even if those things aren't. I have two dogs. I put one in the kennel and the other one just sometimes wants to get in bed because she wants attention. But, yeah, I don't know. So I was really tired, but I don't know. I guess they just need to.
So what about your list? Did you do your list this week?
I did. Yeah.
You did. Well, good.
And it was like the first week I did, I was like really helpful. And this week, I don't know, maybe I was just being tired. I mean, it was still helpful, but.
Right. Well, there was that special bonus where your husband
Mhm.
helped you out when
With
you got
my
your phone and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think, that definitely makes it seem more helpful for sure. Where did you keep your list at?
Same place in the kitchen.
In the kitchen?
But, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm glad to see that you're keeping up with that.
Yeah.
Because I think that's going to be an important thing that's going to help you de-stress.
It does help, I feel like, yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad.
Mhm.
I'd like to see you just continue to do that. I mean, obviously we wrote a goal today for you to do